You're with Joseph Arthur and his Technicolor Dreamcast on today's News Talk Radio, TNT.
But Jesus, he didn't say he was God. He said, all these words are not mine. They're coming from my Father. He said, that you will do greater than me. That's not true if he's God, right? I mean, to me, it seems like he's the Son of God, and that when people call him God, what they're doing is removing their own potential that they could live up to his example truly. Because if he's God, then there's no way we're living up to that. Then that means he's lying when he says that we will do greater works than he. I mean, we can't do greater than God, right?
So I think that, did Jesus ever say, hello, guys, I'm God? No, he didn't in those exact terms.
He said the opposite. He said, these words aren't mine. They're coming from my Father. I mean, he said that. He said, this ain't me, bro. This is coming through me. He didn't say bro, but I'm just modernizing it for the kids.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. I think, and we can go down this path. I love to talk
we're
about,
on this path, Ryan. We're on it. We're already down the path.
Let's go then. So let's look at the reality between, God as a construct and God as a thing, but also as a God who has revealed himself in three persons. Jesus says, if you've seen me, you've seen the Father, right? He says, he calls himself I am 7 times in the Gospel of John. He says I am. He's tying himself directly to the covenant name of God, Yahweh, right? The self-existent one. John chapter 1 verse 1 says that he is the Logos, right? The Greek word Logos is the tangible expression of the invisible thought. Logos is translated word in ancient Greek literature and also in the New Testament. So Jesus is the Word of God, and the Word was God, it says. And so, but Jesus
said, these aren't my words; they come from the Father. And he also said, "You're going to do greater than me." So how do you how do you deal with that?
Well, I think that you can deal with that through the reality that Jesus was the human name, right? He was the human body. Jesus of Nazareth was the human body that the Son of God, the eternal Son of God, joined himself with, right? And so as he's speaking of in human terms, yes, we will do greater things because the church is much larger than one man with 12 disciples. And so on the earth, the reach of the church is absolutely greater than the 3.5 years that Jesus, the man, was on the earth. But if you go to Colossians chapter 1, it says that in him all the fullness of the Godhead dwelt in bodily form. In Hebrews chapter 1 says that he is the expressed image of the glory of God. And so these are the languages, and these are the words, these are the situations that the early church is dealing with 150 years before Nicaea. Tertullian unpacks the idea in Africa, in Alexandria, of all places, of the 3-part reality of God. And so I think you need to make the distinction between what Jesus of Nazareth did as the embodied flesh and how Jesus of Nazareth spoke in 3.5 years, and the reality of the infused Son of God within the human man, Jesus of Nazareth.